and it's gonna backfire.
All right.
So
Speaking of backfiring, I told y'all it wasn't over with this Supreme Court and the affirmative action.
Oh, okay. It's open doors to other things.
We made a whole video talking about legacy.
Yeah.
Now there's a group
that's going to sue.
That's suing over
Harvard.
A civil rights group is challenging the legacy admission at Harvard University, saying the practice discriminates against students of color by giving an unfair boost to the mostly white children of alumni.
It's coming at
the latest effort in a growing push against the legacy admission, the practice of giving admission priority to children of alumni. Backlash against the practice has been building in the wake of last week's affirmative action. Lawyers for the Civil Rights, a nonprofit based in Boston, filed the suit Monday on behalf of Black and Latino groups in New England, alleging that Harvard's admission system violates Civil Rights Acts. I did a whole thing when I said this is not ending well for white people. The white people who did not want affirmative action, it won't end well for you. Your kids are not that smart. I'm sorry.
They're getting in because
a lot of them are at Harvard because of legacy. Do away with legacy, and Harvard will be Asian students, Indian students, and students from other countries. That's if it's just merit. If we go on merit only, sprinkle a few blacks and a few white people in there.
Sprinkle in some other races.
But the majority, my friend who took higher level math classes in universities, was the only black in his class. His whole class was Asian and Indian people.
Well, we know Indian is Asia.
Well, Asian. When we say Asian, you know what I'm talking about.
We're talking about India as well.
Yes, I separate them because when I said that, somebody in the comment section said, "Don't put those together."
I know.
So I'm not putting them
together.
And somebody,
it's so funny because we got to really what's politically correct because you got to say I used to say East Asia, West Asia, but they're all Asia. So people can't say that you got to separate. Okay, well, if you separate them, then what's the best way to call them?
Right.
Because we're talking about people from Japan and Korea and all of that versus India.
But I said it's not going to end well for you. But go ahead and do. I told you I didn't care if they do away with it. Because that's what Sarah, I said these black kids need to be going to HBCUs anyway.
I know. Sarah on The View, I told you that was the main thing.
Y'all know how I felt about that. Why you got to go to Harvard?
The ladies on The View, when they talked about this subject, they said legacy. Sarah was gun-ho. She said, get rid of legacy. That's the main problem.
Because they wanted to push this. Now, I would think those Asian students would be for this. The ones that sued, they should be in favor of this as well. If I was them, I would sign on to this as well.
Everybody who feels they're being discriminated.
If I was that Asian group,
to get into that school,
that Asian group who brought the lawsuit
for affirmative action,
they should sign on to this because they should say we agree.
Yeah,
legacy shouldn't be there either.
And that's common sense. I get it. Your dad bought part of the
matter.
Sport. Your dad bought the gymnasium.
But your ruling was because of merit.
Yeah.
Your dad buying a gymnasium is not merit.
Now we go back to that issue where some of the actors were brought in trouble for paying for their kids to get into these schools. And a lot of them, they went against the process. And when what's the one actress, her son or daughter, she paid for it's almost not, I don't even know if that was legacy or not, but they got in trouble because they paid to change their scores, to get them on a sports team.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about
that whole thing as well. People are gonna be doing spotlight when it comes to admissions. Moving forward.
They want merit. Remember, I agree.
They won't have actors paying their way to get
black
their kid
people,
in as well.
We need to agree. We need to say you're right. Merit. If you want to go to Harvard or Yale or any of these places, merit only. And watch. I already told you what's going to happen. It's going to be all white people. All Asian people.
What did he say?
I can't read it. You read it.
Yusef Salams of Central Park 5 is now a member of the city council. he won. Oh, he's running. That's right. He was running for that office from the park, the Central Park 5, that black guy.
Oh, okay.
I guess he was running for that office and he won.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's good.
Okay.
I think his background and what he had to deal with, that helped as well.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right. So, yeah. So, again, go ahead, push for it. I agree. Merit only. Merit only. Yeah. Let's all get behind this lawsuit to get rid of legacy. Let's see how far that goes.
It's gonna get to a point like you're saying, daggone it.
That's gonna fall
my little
on the
black
floor.
Kid can't get. I don't have a chance.
No, Lenore, it's not going anywhere.
My black child don't have a chance.
It's not going anywhere. They're gonna kill that thing at the. It won't even go to the Supreme Court.
But again, it goes back to, I told you too. It also goes back to, even though you're saying in your opinion that most of your top-rated smart kids, that's more that parents have gotten behind them, are kids from India, are kids from other Asian countries,
right?
In comparison to our blacks, our Hispanics, our whites here.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to happen. So people's eyes will be like, oh, wow, you're right. This merit thing is a challenge, because now my kids got to work harder to get to the levels of all these other kids in the top levels.
That's what I'm saying. So don't even worry about it.
So they may have to go back to putting their name, if they don't change the affirmative thing, saying, I'm black, I'm Latino.
It's not. It's going to be merit.
Let me in.
No, it'll be merit, but then they'll figure out a way to fix scores and stuff. Yeah. So it'll still be merit.
We'll see.
But then they'll get in there and be dumb as a doorknob. And somebody go, how did you get 100 on your test?
Because I'm Hispanic and they let me in.
No. I'm talking about legacy.
Oh, okay.
If you do away with legacy, they're going to, they'll still let them in. But they'll just say, because of the test scores, they'll find a way to rearrange the test scores.
Okay.
You'll get in there. What I'm saying is you'll be there. I was
talking about affirmative action.
No.
Okay.
You'll be there and be dumb as a box of rocks. And people go, how'd you pass the test? I passed it. Yeah, okay. Somebody paid for you to pass that test. So we know it's the same as the urine test and all that. You get somebody on drugs to take it for you.
Use their urine.
Okay, so don't forget to get our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. The link is in the description. It's also on Amazon. Our joke of a day. We working on number 2, hopefully, Lenore.
Oh, you're not calling it volume 2?
Well, it won't be. It may be volume 2, but it'll be another. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later. All right.